And here it is. Mission Nightfall. I guess someone's a fan of Batman. And this is definitely one of the more memorable scenes of Star Wars Episode 3. And actually, probably one of the more darkest moments of the franchise in terms of tone. And that's probably why I'm not a fan of Star Wars Episode 3.
About the rise of the Empire is how quiet
But I'll get to that in a moment.
During the waning hours of the Clone Wars, the 501st Legion was discreetly transferred back to Coruscant. It was a silent trip. We all knew what was about to happen, what we're about to do. Did we have any doubts? Any private, traitorous thoughts? Perhaps, but no one said a word. Not on the flight to Coruscant, not when Order 66 came down, and not when we marched into the Jedi Temple. Not a word.
Ugh. Anyway, so many things to talk about in that scene. Well, first off, something I just noticed now is that you see Jedis using double-ended lightsabers. And it's under my impression that, Jedis aren't supposed to use those double lightsabers. And I think the mythos was that they used to use them, but yeah, that was pretty stupid of me. I just ran straight into them. But anyway, like I was saying, I think the whole Jedi lore goes is that the Jedis used to use double lightsabers, but they considered it too savage or too aggressive, but they stopped by this point. But anyway, that's a minor quibble. Oh, and also, I do like the Order 66 they give, because Order 666 would have been too obvious, I suppose. Or Order 13. Oh, George. Mr. Lucas. You should have just hand over the script to someone else and say, mate, could you go through this and tell me if anything sounds retarded? or maybe he actually did that, and Steven Spielberg handed him back the script, and it was full of highlighter marks on every page. As Lucas was like, oh, we've already got it filmed, so yeah. Oh, guys, again with the grenades. I just saw a grenade take out 3 of my allies. Yeah, but then again, you can't really, this is Generation 6 AI. And I mean Generation 6 because that's the generation of consoles. Anyway, back to the important mission here. Now, my advice to you is there are lots of bookcases, but don't go around, because they'll end up destroying one. They'll end up destroying them all. You only have to keep one alive. So my advice is get to the back here, keep your back to the wall, and keep an eye on these books. And also, I do have a secret motive here, because I borrowed one of these books, and it's overdue. So I'm kind of hoping that when the library is destroyed, so's the evidence, so I can get away with that. But, keep that under your hat. All the books are blue. Actually, that's something I do wonder about. Shouldn't Jedis keep scrolls? Or digital books? But what I mean is, if these books are some like digital technology, shouldn't they just be on a computer? Or if there's something physical you read, shouldn't they be old-fashioned books? But again, talk about taking on a minor point and getting a bit crazy with it. But what I mean is that it's just sci-fi books, really. I shouldn't get too mad about it. Anyway, to talk about this moment in the franchise, it's really dark. Yeah, the thing is, like in Star Wars: A New Hope, the bad guys blow up an entire planet. But it's hard to explain. But in terms of movies and events and what you see, one murder can be a lot more, traumatic than a whole planet going up in smoke. So yeah, even though our planet blows up in the other, in the original trilogy, this one's definitely darker. It's probably because Anakin is still supposed to be the protagonist. And I know what you're saying. The clear argument is that this is supposed to be about Anakin's fall to the dark side. And maybe that's my point. Did the trilogy need to be this dark? Did we need to have child murder in Star Wars? Oh, these assholes. Now, something about the grenades I tend not to use because I tend to overshoot them. And I blame the game. You can see I'm throwing grenades and it's just going literally over their heads. But oh wells. Anyway, apparently we've entered the Matrix here because we take their books on the servers. Oh, their books on the servers. Oh, fucking lightsabers. I tried to run, and the mofo just mowed me down. But anyway, like I said, the thing is with Anakin Skywalker is that the young character, I hate to see his face. It annoys the fuck out of me. Because you don't get the impression that he was a good guy. He goes from the cute, innocent kid in episode 1, who's too cute, by the way, too innocent. Then he just goes into the sort of arrogant youth. And I think that transition from one to the other was something that you should have put in the movies. But anyway, again, I hate to be negative about the prequels, but I won't say they ruin the character of Darth Vader, but I don't like him as much. Yeah, and I'm sorry to say that because he's a badass. He's Darth Vader. He's a motherfucking he's a really cool character. But I just think you used to be such a prick when you were younger. Whenever I see the older Darth Vader, Anakin here. But anyway, like I said before, good example. Don't engage them in saber to saber light battle. Use your boomerang attack or the saber throw. And keep your distance, really. Again, you can block their swings, but they'll probably attack you too rapidly to block them properly. I just realised he has a blue lightsaber. Wait. Hang on. No, I just thought up something there, but it can't be true. I was thinking, is Anakin's blue lightsaber the same one Luke gets in the original trilogy? But I think it's probably, Obi-Wan Kenobi's. Yeah, boomerang, bitch. I feel like Batman, except this ain't no batarang. Pretty cool. It's pretty dark. Something about computer games is that you're not allowed to kill children in them. Which is why when you play games like Skyrim, the children are technically invincible. And I did think to myself, and I knew this shouldn't have, this would never happen. But would we get to play as Anakin killing the little children, younglings? Which is really dark. But I did wonder, would they go there? And thankfully they didn't. Anyway, my opinion on Star Wars Episode 3, yeah, it's the darkest, but it's miserable, in my opinion. I suppose that's the point, but yeah, mission accomplished. It's supposed to be miserable, and it is miserable. And here we see the transition to the Empire.
Establishing a new era. An era of order and peace.
Ooh, I love that theme. It's so badass. Anyway, please join me again where we'll be keeping this empire running.